Before we jump to the US, I want to talk about Germany. Obviously, over the last week, most of the attention was towards the United States. However, there has been a lot happening in Germany, actually. As you might know, as you might have seen it in the news, Germany's coalition government, it basically has collapsed. It was basically due to a budget dispute between the Chancellor Olaf Scholz and the Finance Minister Christian Lindner. So obviously, Scholz, he advocates for increased spending to increase economic challenges, while Lindner, he really insisted on more fiscal restraints and tax cuts. Long story short, they didn't get along. What happened is that Scholz officially fired Lindner, and that obviously resulted in a dissolution of the coalition. And the coalition in Germany, it was comprised of the Social Democrats, the Greens, and the FDP, the Free Democrats. What's happening now? We have a collapsed government in Germany. What's next, basically? We can see that the opposition is now pressing for an immediate confidence vote. In German, it's called die Vertrauensfrage, which is like a vote of confidence. The vote of confidence, for the non-Germans in the audience, it's a political tool for the chancellor to assess whether they still have the support of the federal parliament, of the Bundestag. And if the majority of the Bundestag members vote in favor, then the chancellor remains in his position, and he obviously demonstrated that he still got support. However, if it fails, this usually leads to either the resignation of the chancellor or new elections. And I would say at the moment, it really looks like we're going to have the Vertrauensfrage. Olaf Scholz, he wants to pose it in January, but we can see that the opposition, the Union, they're actually putting pressure that it's actually happening next week. At the moment, there's three outcomes, in my opinion, some more likely, others less. The first scenario is a new government. Obviously, Scholz and his party, they could still form a new majority. But as of now, it would only be possible if they go with the Union. And as of now, they have ruled that out. The other one would be a minority government. So Scholz and the parties, they could operate as a minority government. However, obviously, for any laws or initiatives they want to drive, they would still need the support of the opposition. That's not really an efficient outcome. The most likely one is the third one, which is new elections. And that obviously is only possible if the vote of confidence is held and it fails. And usually then 60 days after, it comes to new elections in Germany. Let's maybe take a look and see how markets react, because that was really interesting to me. As we can see here is the German stock index, the DAX. And we see here, especially over the last couple of days, we had a small little pullback here. But as you can see, the market reacted mildly. How I would interpret this is definitely that markets are always forward-looking. And I do have the feeling that the market is actually looking forward to a change, because as of now, as you might know, the Germany has been in a recession. There's no real economic growth. So I think this change is welcomed by the market. And therefore, we haven't really seen any significant reaction of the German stock index.